I never thought my 6-year-old son would be the one to shatter the world I had built. But that night he did. And before I tell you what he whispered, I need to tell you what kind of mother I was. Or at least thought I was. I believed my life was stable, predictable, safe because I trusted my husband more than I trusted myself. For months, something had felt wrong. Little things, quiet things, things you only notice when you love someone too much. My husband, Daniel, started coming home late. Always with a new excuse, always with a tired smile that didn't reach his eyes. He became protective of his phone, taking it everywhere, even to the shower, even when he tucked our son, Liam, into bed. I kept telling myself it was work stress, or maybe he was just overwhelmed. I didn't want to believe anything else, because believing the truth would mean admitting I had ignored the signs. It would mean admitting that the life I had sacrificed so much for was slipping through my fingers. One night after dinner, I was cleaning the kitchen when Liam walked in. He was holding the little stuffed lion Daniel gave him on his 3rd birthday. He looked nervous, almost scared, and he tugged on my sleeve the way he used to when he was a toddler. "Mommy," he whispered, "I need to tell you something. Something Daddy said I shouldn't hear." My heart froze. Children don't lie with fear in their eyes. At least mine never has. I knelt down, wiped his cheeks with my thumbs, and told him he could tell me anything. And then he leaned in, so close I could feel his breath on my ear, and said the words that cracked my entire world. "Mommy, Daddy has a lover. And they're going to take all your money." For a moment I forgot how to breathe. It felt like the walls around us were closing in, like the floor had disappeared beneath me. I pulled back, staring at him, praying that maybe he misunderstood. Maybe it was a game, maybe something from TV. But Liam shook his head, his little hands gripping mine. "I heard Daddy on the phone," he said. "He told someone he loves her. And he said he'll be free soon when the money is sorted." Felt sick. Not angry. Not even heartbroken. Just sick. Because deep down, somewhere in the place I tried to ignore, I already knew he was right. That night, after putting Liam to sleep, I walked into the living room and sat there in the dark. I waited for Daniel to come home, staring at the clock, listening to the slow tick that suddenly felt like a countdown. When he finally walked in, past midnight, he looked surprised to see me awake. He said he had extra work, but his shirt smelled like perfume that wasn't mine. His hair was messy, and his eyes, those warm, honest brown eyes, wouldn't meet mine. I wanted to scream. I wanted to ask him who she was, how long it had been going on, why he chose her over the family we built. But all I could manage was, "Are you happy, Daniel?" He froze, confused, defensive. He asked what I meant, why I was acting strange, why I looked like I'd been crying. I told him Liam heard something. I didn't say what. His whole body tensed. Just for a second, but enough. Enough to confirm everything I feared. And that was the moment I knew. My marriage was not breaking. It was already broken. I just hadn't accepted it yet. The next few days felt like a blur. Daniel kept acting normal, pretending nothing had changed, but he grew more cautious, more distant. I watched him the way someone watches a storm forming on the horizon, knowing it's coming but powerless to stop it. And then one afternoon, while he was in the shower, his phone buzzed. Message. From a number with no name. Just a heart emoji and the words, "Did you tell her yet? We can't wait forever." My hands were shaking, but not out of fear, out of clarity. I finally saw the truth with no more shadows, no more excuses. I didn't confront him. Not then. Not with shouting or tears. Instead, I quietly took screenshots, forwarded everything to my email, and contacted a lawyer the next morning. I learned something I didn't expect. Daniel had opened accounts in my name. He moved money from our business. He had been preparing slowly, carefully to leave me with nothing. The betrayal wasn't just emotional. It was financial. It was strategic. It was cruel. Felt like a fool. But I also felt something else rising inside me, strength. A strength I didn't know I had until I realized my son needed me to be brave. He needed me to protect him. And myself. The confrontation finally happened on a quiet Sunday afternoon. I told him I knew everything. The affair, the accounts, the plan. He didn't deny it. He didn't apologize. He just sighed like I was an inconvenience. Like I had ruined his plan by waking up. He told me he fell out of love, that he found someone who understood him, and that we would figure something out. As if I was a problem to negotiate. As if my loyalty, my sacrifices, my years of supporting him meant nothing. But I didn't cry. Not in front of him. Not anymore. I told him the lawyer already had the evidence. That everything he did was documented. That I wouldn't let him take my home. Or my son, or my future. The shock on his face was the first genuine expression I had seen on him in months. He never expected me to fight back. He never expected me to stand tall. And in that moment I realized something powerful. Sometimes the person you trust the most is the one who teaches you how strong you truly are. The divorce was messy. Long, painful. But I came out with what mattered. My son, my home, my dignity. And Daniel. He lost the woman he tried to build a future with. Because she left when she realized his plans had fallen apart. I still remember the night Liam first whispered to me. His little voice trembling, trying to protect me in the only way he knew how. Sometimes the truth hurts more coming from a child. But it also saves you. And now, every time I look at my son, I remind myself. We survived a betrayal that was meant to break us. But instead it woke us up. Rebuilt us. It taught us that when someone tries to take everything from you, you don't break. You rise. And that was the beginning of our new life. One built not on lies but on strength.